Hey, what's up guys? Troy here at WeightGainNetwork.com. I have such an important topic for you guys today. I want to talk to you guys about nutrition and most importantly, the best muscle building foods. Now, if you guys are not eating a calorie surplus, and by calorie surplus, I mean if you guys are not eating more calories than you are burning, you will not gain lean muscle mass. You guys will not put on weight. You guys might look really ripped and you guys might look really shredded, but you're not going to be able to continually put on lean muscle mass unless you eat the right kinds of foods. And you guys have got to be, constantly eating foods. If you guys are ectomorphs, naturally skinny guys, I mean, this is the most important stuff that you guys need to know. No matter how intense your workouts are, no matter how much muscle you're breaking down, if you're not feeding your body that fuel, that muscle building fuel, you will not get bigger. You will not build lean muscle mass. Now guys, I was 135 pounds when I was a sophomore in high school. I thought that all I had to do was, lift weights every day and I was going to be huge. But, I'm a naturally skinny guy and, it's really not that easy. You have to consistently eat quality protein, healthy fats, complex, slow digesting carbohydrates. You have to have a balanced and healthy diet. And for a lot of you guys who, are naturally skinny, you guys got really fast metabolisms, you might have to eat 3,000 to 4,000 calories a day. I mean, I've been eating probably 3,500 calories a day here for the last, 3 to 4 months. And, I really haven't gained any body fat at all from it because I've been working out and, my muscles are obviously needing it. So most importantly, through your workouts, you guys are creating, a huge demand for nutrition. So it is so important, regardless of what kind of workout plan you're doing, regardless of what your, strategy and your supplements are. If you guys do not follow this advice and you do not eat the best muscle building foods and you don't create a calorie surplus, it's all for naught, guys. So I want to get into 7 muscle building foods. Now these 7 foods are great because, they're either a great source of protein, a great source of healthy fats, or a great source of slow digesting carbohydrates. And some of them actually happen to be all 3. So let's get into the 7 best muscle building foods. Number 1, peanut butter. Now, why is peanut butter such a good muscle building food? Number 1, it is actually 190 calories per 2 tablespoons. And 2 tablespoons really isn't a lot. It's, about 2 big spoonfuls. So if you eat 2 tablespoons of peanut butter on a typical, peanut butter and jelly sandwich, or, put it just on a slice of whole wheat bread, it's really, it's a really easy way to get quality calories. And peanuts actually have monounsaturated fat, which is a healthy fat. And remember, fat is 9 calories per gram, while protein and carbohydrates are only 4 calories per gram. So consuming a lot of healthy fat is a really easy way to increase your calories and create that calorie surplus that you need to build lean muscle mass. So peanuts are a great source of protein, number 1, and a great source of monounsaturated healthy fats. So, even if you guys, 3-4 hours before your workouts, you're looking for a quick pick-me-up, some energy, just eat some peanut butter straight out of the jar. I mean, there are so many worse things you could be eating than peanut butter. I mean, I can't even tell you how much I recommend eating peanut butter, 4 to 6 tablespoons a day. If you're really looking to put on lean muscle mass and, get an incredible physique. It's actually a trick used by a lot of fitness models to, look more cut and to build lean muscle mass without putting on fat. So peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter, any of those nut butters are going to be great at building lean muscle mass and creating that calorie surplus. Number 2, obviously similar to peanut butter, but just eating lots of mixed nuts. It's been shown that the more nuts you eat, the higher your testosterone levels are going to be. So, eating lots of almonds and pistachios and peanuts and, Brazil nuts are great. They're high in selenium, which helps increase your testosterone. I mean, you really can't go wrong, but the key is to eat a big variety of nuts. So, don't stick with one, eat a big variety, but you guys should be having, a few big handfuls of nuts every day. And just like we talked about with the peanut butter, nuts are really high in monounsaturated fat, and they're really high in protein. So by eating a lot of nuts, you guys are really creating that calorie surplus, you're upping your intake of healthy fats, and you're also upping your intake of protein. So between the peanut butter and the mixed nuts every day for a snack, I mean, that's a really easy way to increase your total calories by about 1,000. So number 2, lots of mixed nuts. Number 3, it's something not a lot of people are familiar with. Probably not all you guys have had it, but quinoa. Quinoa is such an incredible source of protein and complex carbohydrates. It's actually considered one of the only superfoods in the world. And quinoa, I've studied nutrition labels for pretty much every food product, and quinoa is the highest protein source of slow digesting carbohydrates I've found, other than, you know, maybe black beans or some other legumes. So quinoa, it's really easy to make. It's pretty bland tasting, doesn't really taste like a whole lot. You know, it's, you know, sort of similar to rice. But quinoa is really high in calories because it's such an abundant source of zinc and iron and protein and those complex slow digesting carbohydrates. Now when you guys are working out, you guys are training so hard, you need to give your body the energy that it needs to train at full capacity for long periods of time. So you guys not only need protein and healthy fats, but you need a lot of slow digesting carbohydrates. If you do not consume carbohydrates, you know, 2, 3, 4 hours before your workout, I mean, you're going to notice you're going to go in there and you're going to be completely depleted. So you guys need to be consuming lots of slow digesting carbohydrates. And I know the whole thing in society now is, no, carbs are bad. But no, guys, carbs are not bad. Your body needs carbs for energy. So, bad carbs are bad. Sugar and flour and, pizza, cake and, all that garbage. So you want slow digesting carbohydrates to really put on lean muscle mass, increase your energy level, and get the most out of your workouts. So number 4 on my list of the 7 best muscle building foods, sweet potatoes. Another great form of slow digesting carbohydrates. They're really high in vitamin A and lots of other great vitamins and minerals. They're really high in potassium, which helps fill your muscles out. So sweet potatoes over baked potatoes all day. Sweet potatoes are another great source of those healthy carbohydrates. Eat them for lunch, eat them for dinner, have 2, 3 a day. But you really can't go wrong eating sweet potatoes throughout the day. It's a number 1 choice for all kinds of bodybuilders and fitness models and all guys across the country and world looking to put on lean muscle mass. They're time tested and proven. Sweet potatoes, number 4 on my list. Number 5, I want to talk to you guys about another slow digesting carbohydrate. One of my favorite forms of pasta is the whole grain or the whole wheat version. A lot slower digesting, lower glycemic than regular pasta, and also really high in protein. I mean, if you look at a box of pasta, there is, I think, 8 or 9 grams of protein, per serving, but there is 7 or 8 servings in a box. So a box of pasta will have 60 to 70 grams of protein. And it actually has the optimal ratio of carbohydrates and protein that you want. So, whole grain pasta, a whole box of whole grain pasta, it might have 200 to 250 grams of carbohydrates and 60 to 70 grams of protein, which, it's high in calories, it's most importantly high in quality calories, and it's a really, delicious and easy way to create that calorie surplus. Throw some grilled chicken in there, throw some spinach, throw some vegetables, throw, whatever you want in there. But, whole grain, whole wheat pasta, great, lunchtime food to give you energy for your workouts. Great for dinner, just an incredible source of slow digesting carbohydrates. It's going to help you create that calorie surplus and put on lean muscle mass. Number 6, steak. Steak or chicken. I think a mix of both. Obviously you want more chicken than steak because steak, red meat, you want to keep it in moderation. But sirloin steak is actually the lowest in saturated fat, trans fat, and total fat. So sirloin steak is, about 85 to 90% protein. It's high in zinc, it's high in creatine. So if you guys are looking to build, lean muscle mass, put on weight, you really, eating sirloin steak 2-3 times a week, great choice. Grilled chicken, obviously another great source of protein. Eat as many chicken breasts as you can put down. When you're full, eat another one. You need to create this calorie surplus and you need quality protein. So chicken breasts and steak, 2 incredible sources of protein. Last, number 7 on my muscle building food list, salmon. Salmon is high in omega-3s, healthy fats, and protein. It is one of the best sources of all-around protein and food you can have to put on lean muscle mass. So, you know, the perfect nutrition week would be a good mix of salmon, steak and chicken for, you know, your protein bases, and then you want to mix in quinoa and sweet potatoes and, you know, whole grain pasta and other things. And you can throw your pasta and your steak and whatever you want it, you know, in with your pasta. And, you know, it's a great way to create quality protein. And steak, salmon, and chicken, they're all different forms of protein. They all provide different vitamins, you know, different minerals. With the salmon, you have omega-3s. So, you know, you need variety, guys. You guys don't want to get burnt out. You don't want to eat the same thing over and over and over again. So, those are the 7 best muscle-building foods.
And now, former skinny guy Jeff Masterson reveals the 7 biggest mistakes you're probably making right now that are actually keeping you skinny and preventing explosive muscle growth. See it all at www.weightgainmethod.com. You'll not only see how to avoid these 7 deadly mistakes, you'll also get access to a complete step-by-step plan for gaining weight and building muscle fast.